The Khalsa belongs to Waheguru. Victory belongs to Waheguru. Hope you all are well. Today, we are going to talk about how the British conspired against India. In the year 1807, the Tilsit Treaty took place between Napoleon and Tsar Alexander. This agreement instilled fear in the minds of the British in India that France might attack India. In the same year, France also made a treaty with Iran, which further increased the concerns of the British. Alarmed by these events occurring in Europe, the British, to face this threat, sent Governor-General Lord Minto Sir V. Metcalfe to Punjab to strengthen friendship through talks with Maharaja Ranjit Singh. Metcalfe met Maharaja Ranjit Singh near Kemkaran on the 11th of September, 1908. The aim of this meeting was to negotiate an agreement, so that if needed, the British and the Khalsa Darbar army could jointly face France. But Maharaja Ranjit Singh set two conditions before this treaty. 1. The British should recognize him as the ruler of Malwa and all Sikh territories. 2. If there is a war between Afghanistan and Punjab in the future, the British will not support the Afghans. Metcalfe wanted the Governor-General's approval for this proposal, so no final decision was made at that time. From September 1908 to December 1908, Maharaja Ranjit Singh went to Malwa and captured Faridkot, Malerkotla and Ambala. The British were troubled by this action and ordered Metcalfe to speak with the Maharaja. Along with this, Colonel Akhtar Loni was commanded to advance towards Malwa with the army. On February 4th, 1809, Akhtar Loni reached near Patiala. Meanwhile, conditions in Europe began to change. Napoleon got entangled in the war with Spain and Portugal, reducing the threat of an attack on India. Now the entire focus of the British was on stopping Maharaja Ranjit Singh. In fact, the British were already scared of Maharaja Ranjit Singh's increasing power. On the other hand, some Sikh chiefs of Malwa were also ready to seek refuge with the British because they too feared the Maharaja. The British attempted to compel Maharaja Ranjit Singh to either accept their terms or it would be considered hostility. The British sent a letter to Maharaja Ranjit Singh, which clearly stated that 1. He withdraw his army from all the areas he had won in Malwa in 1808. 2. If the Maharaja did not agree to the British terms, they would take military action against him. Now the question arises, what decision did Maharaja Ranjit Singh make? Did he accept the British terms or did he openly confront them? We will discuss this further. When the British tried to pressure Maharaja Ranjit Singh, Akali Baba Phoola Singh Ji, whom the British always considered sly and cunning, patted the Maharaja on the back and said, "We will also bravely face this attitude of the British." Baba Phoola Singh Ji also declared that if needed, he would enter the fight against the British with his army. Their intent was clear: to teach the British a lesson so that they would not dare to look towards Punjab again. The tension between the British and the Sikhs had increased to such an extent that it seemed a war was inevitable. Maharaja Ranjit Singh was so troubled by the British maneuvers that he began preparations for war. The Gobindgarh fort in Amritsar was reinforced. Weapons and food supplies were gathered there. The Maharaja recalled the experienced and fearless General Mohkam Chand from Kangra to the Lahore court. Akali Baba Phoola Singh Ji also engaged in preparations for war with his Nihang warriors. As soon as the news of the war against the British spread in the villages of Punjab, young men started marching towards Lahore and Amritsar. 100,000 warriors ready in 1 week. In just 1 week, 100,000 young Sikh warriors gathered. Now, the atmosphere in Punjab was fully ready for war. The British offered a treaty. Meanwhile, Metcalfe arrived in Amritsar for negotiation talks. Maharaja Ranjit Singh also returned to Amritsar from the Malwa campaign. But before making any decision, the Maharaja summoned his advisors and asked what we should do in this situation. In the court, there were two opinions on this issue. One was Akali Baba Phoola Singh and Mohkam Chand, who were in favor of war. They said that now the time has come to confront the British. 2. Fakir Azizuddin and Munshi Prabhu Dayal were in favor of peace and a treaty. They believed that the Khalsa rule was not yet strong enough to confront a superpower like the British. The main concern was that the English army had better weapons and modern artillery. On the other side, the Sikh army mostly consisted of chieftains, Nihangs, and other Sikh youths, who were brave but not fully prepared to fight against the trained English army. Another major threat was that the Muslim Pathans of Multan and Kashmir were ready to support the British. The English army marched. The Maharaja learned from his secret spies that several contingents of the English were advancing towards Delhi, Meerut, Karnal, Saharanpur, Rewari, and Ambala. Now the question was, what decision would Maharaja Ranjit Singh make? War or agreement? Maharaja Ranjit Singh called the English representative Metcalfe to Lahore and spoke with him in court. Fakir Azizuddin and Munshi Prabhu Dayal kept insisting that the Sikh areas of Malwa rightfully belonged to Maharaja Ranjit Singh, not the English company. But Metcalfe's argument was that Naba, Jind, and Patiala were under British rule. At the same time, he was also indicating that the British army had reached near Karnal. These things were unbearable for Akali Baba Phoola Singh Ji. In the court itself, pointing at Metcalfe, he drew his sword from the sheath and challenged, "Come, let's see today." Seeing Baba Phoola Singh Ji's intensity and anger, Metcalfe calmed down a bit and said, "The British want friendship with the Maharaja. There is only one condition. The borders of the Khalsa Raj and the British Raj should be set on either side of the Sutlej." Hearing this, Maharaja Ranjit Singh internally decided to make a pact with the British. The Maharaja realized that if he decided to go to war, his dream of becoming the Maharaja of the entire Sikh empire might remain unfulfilled. But considering the betterment of Punjab and the prosperity of the people, he contemplated a treaty instead of war, so that peace could be maintained in Punjab. The decision was not yet fully made when Metcalfe returned to Amritsar. Historians write that Metcalfe went to pay his respects at the Darbar Sahib, and there he gave some money to the attendants as an offering. When Akali Baba Phoola Singh Ji received this news, he immediately ordered that this offering not be accepted. After this, Metcalfe and the English officials realized that Baba Phoola Singh was the greatest enemy of the British rule, who would never agree with the British. On the day of Hola Mohalla, when a large number of Sikhs had gathered in Amritsar, a congregation was organized at the Akal Takht. During this time, Metcalfe and some Muslim soldiers were passing by outside the Darbar Sahib and were chanting slogans in support of the British. Baba Phoola Singh Ji was seated in the assembly. The sounds coming from outside disrupted the assembly. Baba Phoola Singh Ji sent out 2 or 3 Nihangs so that they could go and explain to these people to pass by peacefully near the Darbar Sahib. But instead of listening to the Nihang's request, the British soldiers started a fight with them. In this conflict, a Sikh's turban was removed. When Baba Phoola Singh Ji received this news, he personally went there with his Sikh warriors and confronted the British soldiers. In no time, piles of bodies accumulated there. the Sikhs suffered great losses. In this battle, the Sikhs incurred significant losses because they only had swords while the British soldiers had guns. Seeing the situation deteriorate, the British soldiers fled from there. When this news reached Maharaja Ranjit Singh, he immediately arrived there. After much effort, he calmed Baba Phoola Singh ji and sent him back to the camp. One advantage of this incident was that after that day, processions near the Darbar Sahib were completely stopped. If you like this video and want to learn about more historical events, then subscribe to our channel and don't forget to like, comment, and share the video. The Khalsa belongs to Waheguru. Victory belongs to Waheguru.